Well, the Bears, a big win Monday Night Football against the Commanders. It was close, and we decided to bring our buddy back to talk about this game that was on with us last week. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about some of the good, some of the bad, and something that we're looking for as far as momentum goes, and a certain player or two that we think needs to step up. We're going to talk all about that coming up next on the Chicago Sports Podcast.
Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Welcome into the Chicago Sports Podcast. We are so happy to have you guys along with us tonight. Thank you for tuning in as we are going to talk everything Bears. We're going to talk Commanders because we got a special guest in with us tonight. And we're going to break everything down from Monday Night Football and break it down between the quarterback play, the running back, our defense, some momentum going on. We got all that covered for you tonight on the Chicago Sports Podcast. So thank you guys for watching. You can like and subscribe our YouTube page, YouTube channel, and share that with all of your football friends. First off, we got Drew, Big Papa Bear Drew in the house, man. Drew, it's always good to see you on a Wednesday night. I know you're a happy man. I was just talking to you a couple of minutes. There's a big smile on your face.
You already know it, bro.
Rightfully so.
You already know it. The look I see on John's face, that's magical. So we're gonna get into all that in a minute though. But yeah, it was a great win, and yeah, go Bears.
Look at that, man. He meant that in a nice way, John.
I hope
And that's
so.
what I meant
I
next.
hope
I'm
so.
bringing John in, man. We got Ballin and Burgundy podcast. He joined us last week to preview the game, and we got him back with us tonight to talk about the Commanders and what the heck happened. How did they lose that game? But John, man, it's good to have you with us, dude.
No, happy to be back. Happy to be back. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Brandon, who is not with us for whatever reason, decides to text me and not show up. I don't know what it is. But no, I appreciate y'all having me back.
No, I'm glad to have you back, man. And we're going to get into this game. First off, we'll start with you, John. Overall thoughts about the Monday night, before we go into the quarterback play, before we go and talk about the running game and the defense and how your defense played, overall thoughts, we'll go around the room on this because I think the overall thoughts that I had about this is I think the Bears played a pretty good darn football game. And to be honest with you, the first one we had, that's 2 wins on the road right now for the Bears. The first win that we had against the Raiders, I didn't think we particularly played a great game. I thought they played a much better game this time around, and I thought they were well coached from everywhere, from offense, defense. Is there a lot of work to be done? Yes, but I thought this is one of the better coach games that we've had so far, and I think they put us in position to win. On the Commanders side, what are your overall thoughts when you look back at that?
I said this on Wednesday morning when I did the quick episode for the Burgundy Breakdown. I'll say it tonight on said Burgundy Breakdown here in about 2 hours East Coast time. Our defense looks like Swiss cheese. I don't know what it is. At times we'll be strong, and at other times we are nothing but a hole in the wall that everyone passes through. We just open the floodgates. We come in, one of the best rush defenses in the league. Couldn't find us. DeAndre Swift is doing whatever he wanted. Caleb Williams maybe struggling in the passing game just a little bit. Didn't look like it. I don't know what this defense is. There's offense ups and downs, like it's a heart rate in a hospital. I don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened here.
Well, Drew, can you answer his question? What do you think happened, Drew? What would your overall thoughts?
I can tell you what happened. Jayden just had he had a good and bad game at the same time. I mean, he was very efficient, but I mean, I'm not gonna blame it on the weather because people. Hey, Washington is an open stadium, so they have that type of weather. But I'm like, come on. I mean, he just had some mistakes, bro. He threw an interception. I mean, of course, you saw the last fumble he had. I mean, I don't think it's his fault. I think it was, the ball was slippery or whatever. But hey, a win is a win. So I'll take it however I can get it. So all I can say is, thank you, Jayden Daniels. no, sorry, thank you Washington weather for the it was spectacular.
Oh, so we're talking about the weather now, huh?
Oh yeah. Hey, bro, you have to give the
You
weather
have
some
to.
props.
I know. Just give you a hard time. So you walked right into what I was going to talk about here, Drew. We're going to break down a couple of different areas that I thought were keys to the game, and I want to start with the quarterback play. The quarterback play on my end, as I was watching it, because you got the first two picks in the draft. We talked about this last week and how the showdown number 2 is going to go. I thought Caleb Williams did very well. And I listen, were there some throws missed? Yes. Was there a couple of interceptions that the Commanders dropped? Yes. So I don't think it was overall his best game, but as a diehard Bears fan, I can say this. I felt so confident with him there at the end of the game that he was going to somehow take us down the
Yep.
field, or the right play calls were going to happen. And I'm starting to get that feel with him. And I love that feeling when it comes to our quarterback. As far as Jayden Daniels goes, I thought he was the reason why you guys were in the game, because he made some great throws. His feet were, he was rushing. He rushed really well when he was able to get out of the pocket. But he also had a couple of timely turnovers, man. That interception, I thought they were driving right down the field to score on that first interception, which I thought was a terrible throw. And then that fumble at the end. So there's a couple of big turnovers right there that I think was really the key of the game. I mean, 3 turnovers in general, when you have 3 turnovers, you're not going to win many football games. But when you have those 2 turnovers, I think that was key. What do you see on your side, John?
Wasn't necessarily a bad throw, because if that's any other routine throw, that's right into Deebo Samuel's in the end zone. It was a late throw. I think if anything, I think it was a late throw. If you watch the film, Jayden pump fakes or hesitates, does one of the two. That allows Juwan Brisker to go like, oh, Deebo, go behind me real quick, unpack the trailer while I'm in front of you, cut the route, take it for 35. So I don't think it was a bad throw. I think it was a late throw. It felt like a Madden throw where you throw a yellow ball and the defender just makes a really good play. It's two things. I mean, two things can be true at the same time. It was a good throw, but it was a good coverage by the defender. So I'll give Jaquan Brisker really good credit for that. But that's that second fumble altogether from Jayden, the fumble from Jayden. I put it more on Bill because it hit him in the breadbasket. Come on, Bill. But those turnovers just absolutely killed it, because y'all scored 13. Even if we held y'all to 9, you guys were still probably taking this game the way we were looking.
True, we were talking about it in the back, man, when we were talking about the that last drive with Jayden with the last fumble of the game, that we both thought the Commanders were probably going to drive down and at least get a couple of points off that. But when you look at the quarterback play, back to the quarterback play, Caleb Williams for that game, 238 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Jayden Daniels, 211 yards, 3 touchdown passes with the interception. What was your overall thoughts on our quarterback play? Do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
Well, as you stated, I mean, Caleb, he was off with some passes, but I mean, like I said, I thought he was pretty solid. I mean, no matter what Aikman says,
Oh yeah, we don't
think,
want to get into that, man. My
yeah,
gosh.
yeah, but I mean, Caleb is still growing, bro. But what he's going through is growing pains. I mean, what quarterback doesn't? This is his second year. It's the first part of the second season, so give him do some grace. I mean, he's been solid. Ben Johnson's coaching him well, so I thought he was pretty decent. Now, Jayden, like I said, like as you said, I think Jayden was good and bad at the same time. I just thought that I think the throw, it was a decent throw, but I think he just mistimed it. And if he would have just timed it better, I don't think Briscoe would have had it. But hey, it fell in our hands, so I'm good with that. But
We'll never know.
but I mean, like I said, I think both of them was pretty consistent for as far as the weather concerned. Um, Caleb, he's not making no bad like turnovers as he used to do. He's not getting sacked as much, of course, from last year. So that's definitely a plus. So hey, Caleb, he was solid the whole game. Jayden, like I said, with a couple of miscues, he was solid too, but I mean, it just wasn't as solid as to win the game.
I think it represented I think it represented our draft very well. I think you saw why they were the 1 and 2 quarterbacks picked in the draft, and they went out there and kind of show that these guys are the future. And I love it. I think this is a great rival for years to come. And I hope it is. I hope Jayden goes on and does amazing. And it looks like he is. I mean, he's got all the tools for it. Caleb is on his way, kind of what we were just talking about there, what you mentioned there, Drew. He's still growing into this brand new offense. And I think he's going to get there. And you see all the progression and where he's going at right now. And I just think this is just good for the NFL. And John, what else was impressive about Jayden too is who he was throwing to. We were talking about this even before you jumped on. I was like, Debo didn't look very healthy there, and there he is. He's still throwing to his 3 and 4 receivers, man, and was able to get the ball right to them.
Yeah, Debo, I don't know if it was so he was coming into this game with his whole heel injury. He had it taped up within the first few drives of the game. Yeah, I couldn't tell. Chris Moore making big plays. We had the better Moore between the two of us. Chris was better than DJ, but that's not saying much of this rate of either of their careers. Luke McCaffrey, I'm going to talk about it more on the Burgundy Breakdown, but he is so far our offensive player of the year on this team. Debo's back and forth. But Debo, I don't know what it is. He needs a few days rest, but we're not going to get it considering we play Dallas in about 5 games. Terry's coming back. Don't know about that. This receiver core keeps taking hit after hit after hit.
Yeah. And you know what? To add to that, I mean, I believe if Terry was in there, it could have been a different game. Because, Terry is a beast, bro. And, I mean, injuries is a part of the game. And, I mean, I don't wish no injury on no player, but I'm just glad he wasn't in this game. That's all I can say.
Me too. Yeah. When I saw that, because he's on my fantasy team, and I saw that it said out, and I'm like, ooh, man, that's a relief. That's not good for my fantasy team, but I was like a relief for when we play the Bears play the Commanders this weekend. So I thought that was just interesting start off. You know what else was pretty cool too? I liked when they panned on to Caleb Williams, high school football coach. Did you guys see that too, man?
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
How cool is that, man? That's kind of like just showing that he's out there to support him like that because he's from the area. I thought that was a great shot by them too, man. So
for sure.
I thought it was overall it was a good display for our quarterbacks. I know Jayden made a couple errors, but overall, I told you I thought he was the reason why they were in that football game. So I think overall for the quarterbacks, that's good for the league and that's good for years to come. Hey, thank you guys for watching tonight. We got Doug in the chat right now, man. Thank you, Doug, for the comments in the chat, man. Thank you guys for watching tonight.
Doug, what's up, bro?
Yeah, man, we appreciate all of your support. You guys can like and subscribe. And here in a second, I'm going to bring up DeAndre Swift. I do want to congratulate our winner for our DeAndre Swift autographed jersey. That is David 10 Swish on Instagram. David 10 Swish, he is a winner. Congratulations, man. You got our DeAndre Swift autograph, man. That thing is going to be going for money now, man, with the way he played on Monday. David, that's going to be worth something, man. You might want to frame that now. But that was my next.
I don't know. The framing of jerseys is more expensive than the jerseys themselves. So I don't know about all that.
Yeah, it's going to cost some money. It's going to cost a little bit more. So what else stood out to me this game? So obviously it was the quarterbacks and everything. I'm not even bringing up any of the Hail Mary, any of that stuff. But what we talked about last week with you, John, and our keys to the game, I was talking about our offense, our rushing game, because it has been not great for the first start of the season. And DeAndre Swift was a different DeAndre Swift this game. DeAndre Swift was over 100 yards rushing. He had a couple of big plays, man. The 55-yard touchdown, where he caught it and ran for the touchdown. And then I thought what was even bigger than that was him getting 15, I think it was like 15 or 16 yards to help out with the field goal to win that game at the end. And I just thought that was his best game. That probably one of the best games he's played as a Bear right now. And I think the offensive line helped. There was some big, you looked at the TV when he ran by our tackles, there were some really big holes. So I think our offensive line helped a lot. But to you, John, for the Ballin Burgundy podcast, when you look at our rushing and our attack and Swift and how good he was, why did that happen? What did you see on the Commanders' defense that allowed this to happen? Or is there something different that you haven't seen this year in the season so far?
Yeah, for whatever reason, we could not get y'all past the line of scrimmage. Like there's technically 3 sacks on Caleb Williams, but to a degree, you could call that 2 because it wasn't really like impactful sacks. It'd be like, second and 6. Oh, now it's third and 10. Well, you've just reset the chains again because you only moved back 4 yards because there wasn't a whole lot of pressure on Caleb. But into the run game, I have no idea. Preston Smith is a non-factor, so I don't count him. Von Miller is almost a non-factor. I don't count him. Dorrance Armstrong, they say he's got half a sack. That was a full sack, so he should be up to 6, but whatever. Thanks, ESPN.
I thought he played a pretty good game.
Yeah, outside of him getting hurt, of course, but
Mhm.
can't have nice things in Washington. Um, but no, this run defense, I don't know what happened to it. I would love to go find it. I don't know if they left their ball in Los Angeles and they left it with Omar Hampton on IR. I don't know if
Hey,
Madison took him out for a beer and Herbert took him out too. I don't know what happened. It's because we couldn't find it last night. Y'all out here averaging 5.4 yards a carry, 7.7 with Swift, 3.8 with the rookie Guy, which I'm a fan of out of Rutgers, 5 yards a carry out of DJ Moore. For whatever reason, you guys ran like 2 jet sweeps, 6 out of Roshan, 4 out of Zacchaeus, and obviously the negative half yard out of Caleb, even though he couldn't run. Averaging 5 yards a carry. Every 2 rushes was a first down. Swift getting about 60 yards on that final drive made no sense. Out here just crumbling like a bad crumble cookie.
well, look, I'm gonna tell you a little reason why that happened. First of all, Darnell Wright stepped up and started doing his job because man, the boy was he's blocking his ass off yesterday. I mean, he made so many holes for Swift, it was ridiculous. And I give him kudos. I talked a lot of crazy stuff about Darnell Wright in other podcasts, but hey, man, Darnell Wright, he impressed me yesterday. Also, too, y'all secondaries was weak.
Yeah.
That they were super weak last night. I mean, they was just like sitting there like, well, where do we go? Where do we go? Who do we get? And it's like, yeah, come on now. So that I just thought the secondaries was weak. I thought the offensive line stepped up. They was amazing last night, especially Darnell Wright. And I think it's just Swift he exposed y'all because he saw the weaknesses and just you know he just he went off. Swift got Swift.
And
Fact.
to your point, Drew, you're talking about the offensive line. I thought the tackles, I thought Benedict, but for his start at tackle, I thought played very well. I thought Tooney
Right.
was probably our best offensive lineman was Tooney. I thought Tooney was about as solid as you can get during that game. And I also want to bring up our wide receivers, man. Some of those blocks, man, between Moore, Odunze, man. Every time I see him out there, man, he's always doing something else to impress me. And it was just very impressive to me watching our wide receivers. Now, Drew brought up some points for you, John, about bringing up about your secondary and some of the guys they were blocking out in the secondary. But to me, with the way that they were opening up some of them holes on the offensive line and our wide receivers getting out there to finish off some of them blocks, man, I thought gave us a lot of room to run. What did you see on your secondary side? I know you were talking about the secondary last week and how it was your weak point of the team. Did you notice some of those blocks too from our wide receivers?
Yeah, I think ironically enough, one of the strengths of both of our teams is we have blocking wide receivers. I wouldn't expect it to have a Roma Dunze because he doesn't strike me as a very physical receiver at times. He's more of a pure kind of down the field guy. Couldn't find him down the field. You know what? Because he's blocking his ass off in running game. Luther Burden kind of the same deal, was doing some really good quick blocks to get Swift out in the middle and just found his way. Didn't make any sense. Uh, Obviously, Luke McCaffrey, Chris Moore, guys like that, Debo can block really well. But y'all's receivers, like, it was a quiet night for y'all's passing game because you spread the ball out so much. But when also all of your receivers are blocking, yeah, it helps when our secondary, A, can't tackle anything to save their life, B, can't catch a cold naked in Antarctica, and C, refuse to put a good angle. It was rough.
Drew, but to our points talking about our wide receivers, man, what did you see from our wide receivers? Any of them you brought Burden too. Burden's also the same way with some of the way he performs and plays and the catch that he had later on in the game for big gain. I thought overall with the blocking with the line and the wide receivers, man, that stood out to me.
Well, bro, I think our receivers are always solid. Zacchaeus, he dropped what? I think one pass yesterday. But I think that was his first pass he dropped for the whole season. Um,
I think he dropped more than that.
well, did he? Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Because right now, ESPN has him on 6 targets with 2 receptions.
Yeah, I mean DJ Moore, he was solid yesterday. He got some big yardage for us. Doomsday, I felt they robbed him, but I mean I'm not gonna get on that with that touchdown. But that was a weak call.
I mean, I'll take
But
it.
yeah, I mean you
Yeah.
saw it. You saw it. But
This was weak. There were some weak calls.
yeah, very, very weak. But I mean, but our receiving core, I mean, I thought they were doing. Of course, yeah, they could have did a little better, but they did their job. I mean, they did enough to win the game. That's all. That's all that we concerned about. But it was the running game that was fantastic last night that saved us. So
Yeah, I agree, man. It was good to see that. I hope that momentum continues, man. And hopefully we could go back at the end of the season and say, man, it all started against the Commanders, man. Our running game started. It was great to go. And thank you, Commanders. We got
but
John from Ballin. We got John from Ballin. Go ahead, Drew.
no, I said, but I do think they need to get Burden a little more involved, just a little bit more. I mean, they're not getting him involved like they should be.
Yeah, I wonder if that's because he's still a rookie in the league and they're slowly trying to work him in. And they have so many weapons right now between Moore and Adunze and the tight ends that we have. So I wonder if
Yeah,
it's kind of like what Pittsburgh's doing with Caleb Johnson right now, where they're slowly starting to work him in. And you see more of the reps just trying to get used to the league. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, we'll find out, man. But when he's on the field, you can see how dynamic and how fast he can be.
yeah.
I mean, Caleb Johnson, to be fair, is when he's fumbling balls on kickoff and doesn't know the rules, I wouldn't want him in the rotation right now either. So.
Well, he was in the doghouse for a game or two, yes.
Yeah.
But they're slowly starting to work him in. But that's why I wonder. You just see that sometimes in the league with certain rookies. So we'll see how it goes, man. I agree with you though, Drew. I do think that Burden. I hope he gets a little bit more involved in some of these games coming up. We got John from Ballin Burgundy podcast with us right now. And he's talking to us about the game on Monday. He's got a show coming up tonight after our show that he's going to talk about a little bit later on that you guys can certainly like and subscribe on their YouTube page. Follow them along. Get every Commander content, everything Commander-wise. They got you covered for that. And thank you guys for following us as well. We just went over 11,000 subscribers, man. That is freaking awesome.
Sir.
We were just here last week talking about 10,000. We are over 11,000, man. This is growing.
Hey.
And we can't thank you guys enough, man, for you guys watching and being a part of our team every week because we love you guys, man. We're diehard sports fans at the end of the day, just like everybody else, man. And we're here to be able to talk about it and get you guys what your thoughts are about the season. Here we are, man. We're already a little bit. We're going into week 7, which is crazy. I feel like we just started the season, man.
Yeah, we just started.
Yeah, I know. I know, man.
Don't make any sense.
It's going by pretty damn fast. John, I want to talk to you still. I want to bring in a minute here. We're going to bring up some of our defense. I thought the play of TJ Edwards was huge. We're going to break that down here in a second. Get him back because I think that was a catalyst. I think that was the heart and soul of our defense was back, and you could totally tell what they were trying to scheme. Dennis Allen, the way he was putting him in position, and the way he's just so damn good. But on your side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball, now, what are certain things we were talking about our offensive line and breaking down how we thought our offensive line and our tackles played very well, and they were some big holes. What would you say the assessment of the Commanders' offensive line was when you go back and watch that game?
It honestly wasn't terrible by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, 3 sacks for a whole 6 whopping yards doesn't really concern me. And you could really say 2 of those, they were at the line of scrimmage, and they quote those as sacks. I mean, they did the same thing to Dallas. They did the same thing to Buffalo. They're like, oh, well, he did the line of scrimmage, but he didn't get any game, just sack. I'm like, all right, whatever. Offensive line, really, I don't think it was the worst thing about the offense, truly. Was it the greatest? No. But I thought Connolly played a decent game, only giving up really 5% of the pressure compared on the whole game, so I'll take it. Laremy Tunsil just being locked down as usual. Beadash and Chris Paul still looking great as usual. Getting Sam Cosmi back is going to help, especially when he's essentially the QB of that whole offensive line. I mean, Pro Bowl guard, got a contract, the whole 9. But there were certain plays, especially on some blitz packages, where if McNichols doesn't pick up the one from Brisker, I believe, Luke doesn't get wide open, or Chris Moore doesn't get wide open. I forget which play it was. But when running backs are picking up blitz packages, because you guys are sending 7 instead of your normal 4 or 5, it helps. But we have so much work to do all over the team. That offensive line being one of our strengths, I will take for now.
Yeah, I thought overall your offensive line played pretty well. We had some pressure, and our pressure was a little bit better, but I thought for the most part, you guys did hold us in check, and Jayden did have a pretty clean pocket, especially on the throws that he made, the big throws that he made, and was able to get the ball down the field. Drew, when we think about our defense, man, I'll tell you what, dude, the return of TJ Edwards was huge, man. Those not only the 9 tackles, but the way that he was positioned. First off, he's a great tackler. I think he's one of the best tacklers on our team. But
Yep.
what this allows for our defense right now, what this allows for our Dennis Allen defense is it puts our other players in better position. I thought it put Edmonds in a better position as a linebacker to make some plays, and I thought he played a pretty good game. I thought the linebackers in general were pretty good, and just what he does out there, the tackling, the run stopping, his instincts, I think makes everybody in that front 7 better.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, bro, because you see when Edwards is back, Edmonds, he don't have to concentrate on that much how he has to do when he's not there. And you saw he got some major tackles, while Edwards was in the middle, holding things down. But them 9 tackles, bro, I was like, this is the man we've been missing. And it was just amazing that he came back and, what I'm saying, had that performance for us, bro. So, I mean, I thought the defense, man, was awesome, bro. I mean, everybody did their part. Uh, you know, at first I was a little pissed off with Wright, but hey, at the end he made up for the little mistake, the little penalty mistakes he had, bro. But hey, I think for right now the defense is playing solid. I think Dennis Allen is creating schemes that that they're not just seeing. I think he contained Jayden very well. Um, so I'm I'm excited, bro. I mean, I'm just excited to see these next couple games to see what we gonna do.
Yeah, and I said it in the beginning of the show. I thought for the bye week for the Bears that the coaches came back with a well executed game plan and they put us in position. I think it's just as much as anything, our coaches were part of the reason why we won this game. And I thought that was just
Right.
but on both sides of the ball, I thought they just both coached a very well put together game. And that was encouraging to see the defense, man, because uh, John, with the running game, your running game, we were talking about this last week. As I said, one of the other keys to win for the Bears is they got to stop the run. We've not been very good at stopping the run all year round, and I thought this was the best game they've had all year stopping the run. So why do you think that is? With the now, I know he fumbled the ball the first time early in the game. He fumbled the ball, which I thought was a big turnover because the Bears scored on all the turnovers that the Commanders had. The Bears ended up scoring on. So I think every
Right.
turnover hurts. Every turnover hurts no matter what game you play, but especially when you get points out of that. So what do you think you saw on your end for the Bears to stop that running game? Because I thought they did a very good job.
I think Bill having some really good cuts, but not necessarily the blocking he was aiming for, didn't help. Obviously, fumbles being what it is, but y'all were getting in there quick, fast, and in a hurry. Montez Sweat finally showed me why he's playing for should be a $20 million contract versus a $25 million contract. So whatever, Sweat. Um, Bill, Jeremy, Jayden. If it wasn't for outside runs, if it was down in the middle, you guys were stuffing the run, you were getting there quick. We should have went to more outside runs and more outside leverage plays, but either DBs were shutting it down or we couldn't corral guys. Yeah, y'all figured out the run game quick, and it worked for the whole game because we couldn't get much of anything going in the run game. So props to y'all's D-line. You were getting pressure quick, fast, in a hurry, shutting down especially the inside runs. I was upset all day.
Yeah, man, and Drew, man, how about our pass rush, man? I thought that was pretty impressive, man. A little bit better at what he said, man. That was better. That was about as best as I've seen this season from our Bears defense. That I think we're going to be able to work on.
Yeah, I believe so, bro. The only thing I'm a little concerned about as far as defense, I just want to make sure that our corners stay healthy and stay right because I mean, with the lack of Johnson, and then Stevenson. I mean, Stevenson didn't really have a big game yesterday, but I mean, I believe his presence. They know what he can do. I believe that's what is kind of holding us basically accountable. I want to say, but man, I think what what was Cal? I didn't see Cal. Was Cal Gordon in the game?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what game I was watching in. I don't know. Maybe I was just in tune on somebody else. But
It was a quiet night for him, but he was in.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
why
he
I
was
say.
in,
I
man.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he was in. Okay. I don't know where I must have spaced out or something. But yeah, and then too, I think that's. I mean, even though he will had a quiet game, I think the just sometimes it's the presence of the person can make a difference. I mean, and I don't know if they prepared for Kyler or not, but you know, there's sometimes it's just the presence of the person that could just change a game around. And I don't know. I know this don't have nothing to do with this, but the MVP was Moody. That's who the MVP was.
Yeah, so
Man.
I'm glad you bring him up because I have him on my list here when it comes to the kicking, which I'll bring here in a second. Because I was looking at some of the chat here. You got some people talking about Gordon. Hold on, DJ over here just had this. Gordon looked rusty. To kind of what you were talking about there a second ago, and Turner, I thought, Turner, yeah, I agree. He was decent. I thought they put him in the right position in certain areas of the game as well. When it came to that, so. Overall, there's a lot to build on this defense for the Bears, and I'm excited to see where that goes. I think they're going to get a lot better, and I'm just happy that we got Edwards back, and I hope he stays healthy right now. I'm excited for the rest of the season, and hopefully he's there as our catalyst. Hey, thank you guys for watching tonight here on Chicago Sports Podcast. We're talking about the Bears and Commanders. We got John from Ballin and Burgundy Podcast, my good buddy here, Drew. We're talking about the game from Monday night, and Drew, since you brought it up, I had it on my list. I had it further down the list. But
Sorry, bro.
the kicker. I think it's important to bring up because I thought that was key in that game too, man. Like, now, John, I'm going to ask your opinion because you brought up Matt Gay a week ago, and you didn't say you weren't. Let's just say you weren't speaking very kindly of the Commanders kicker, but I got to give Moody credit, man. Moody comes in and he was cut from San Francisco. We got it for those of you that don't know. He was terrible for San Francisco. He had a terrible preseason. He missed some kicks. Kyle Shanahan, if you watch the press conference of him when he was asked that question, you could just tell he was like fuming and he had fumes coming out of his face when he was talking about Moody. And I'm like, oh, he's going to be gone. And sure enough, he was let go. And the Bears picked him up on the practice squad. And here he is. He comes in. I didn't know what to expect. Sometimes a good change of scenery can help you. And I think with Moody, a good change of scenery. He had the one block kick, but I mean, the other ones that he had in there, man, I think he was spot on. And don't forget, he was spot on, and they went in, and he would. I thought he looked about as good as you can get. Probably one of his best games. So I think we got to give Moody a lot of credit, Drew. Moody coming in, Cairo Santos. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see where it goes from here. But I wouldn't be surprised to see if Moody does play again on Sunday. I didn't get to see any of the reports or anything coming out earlier today, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him next.
Look, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was nervous. I was very nervous because I didn't know what to expect, and I knew his history was San Francisco. I try to be optimistic with stuff like this, but sometimes it be so hard. But when I saw that block, when I saw that blocked field goal, I said, "Oh wow, here we go! So here we go, the old Moody coming back." But I'm proud of him, bro. And then I'm just glad that he got it on Debo because Debo was the one that was giving him hell all in San Francisco, hitting on them and talking about lock in. And yeah, he definitely locked in on y'all. He locked in at the right time, at the right place, at the man. So I give major props to Moody. And like you said, Coop, I think he just needed a change of scenery. Sometimes, you know, you get kind of complacent in the place, and then you have a bad couple of games. Well, I ain't gonna say a bad couple of games. Like you said, preseason, he had like a lot of bad games, but I'm just glad that we gave him this opportunity, that he came through for us. But I was just thinking, if he didn't come through for us, I think it would have been very bad for him. But I'm just glad that he did. So I'm not going to even speak the negative.
Yeah, I'm happy for him too. And you see DJ's got it up here. Santos is a DNP today, so I think that might be a good sign that Moody. We got another week of Moody coming up for Sunday. And you bring up good points because I'm happy for Moody because when Santos does come back, this will give him an opportunity to go somewhere else, and maybe go land a job somewhere else and try to have a job for the rest of the year. So that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
All right, John, I want to ask you now, when you talk about your kicker, because you talked about him last week, and they brought some of his stats up and how not consistent he is over 50 yards. I'll let you explain that a little bit more because he missed one. He got one and he missed one. I mean, the second one he got to his credit. I'm like, man, I don't know if I feel confident that he's going to get this one, but he missed the first one. So as a Commander's perspective, what would you say about your kicker overall, the year he's had in that game that he's had? Is it just a microcosm of the year that he's had so far?
As soon as we heard Matt Gay in the offseason was coming here, we all went, oh, come on. Because we were ready for a fresh, young talent to come in and show the world why they, look at Ryan Fitzgerald, excuse me. I was going to say Fitzpatrick. Fitzgerald in Carolina. Look at Andre Borregales in New England. Rocky, but very effective. Homosexual Matt Gay can't hit a 50-yard to save his career. Because the moment I saw him kick that first field goal, and I saw it veer to the left, I went, oh, maybe he'll sneak it in. And then he doinked it.
That was a loud doink, by the way.
We know about doinks.
That was about as loud of a doink as I've ever heard, by the way, too, man. That was louder than the doink of 2018, man. Right, Drew? Didn't you say that was very loud?
Yeah, we know about doinks here in Chicago.
Yeah, we know all about those.
I was about
to
say. Because I said it on Wednesday morning. I was like, I didn't realize that we went to Chicago, picked up a dead body, resurrected him in the form of Matt Gay. Because I didn't realize we had figured out a way to bring back Cody Gay. I didn't realize we could do that now. I didn't realize that was possible. But somehow, some way, it happens again.
So, do you think, with that being said, is that their kicker then for going on? Or do you think that at some point, if this continues, that they're going to have to look at other options? Because for a team like your team that has a lot of injuries and your quarterback who played you right in the game, like a game like Monday, you have a kicker that's missing a kick, even if it's just one or two kicks following weeks. I mean, those are costly points where you guys could have won that game.
We should look at a kicker. We should. Problem is two things. One, I love AP. I love Dan Quinn. But they are loyal to their guys to a fault. I am sorry. Noah Brown is a wasted cause right now. Preston Smith is a non-factor. I didn't realize we signed the dead body of rapper Drake because we have Drake Jackson now in the building. I didn't realize that was possible either. They are guilty to a fault of believing in their guys. Matt Gay should not have come here. And yet he did, and he's showing us why we shouldn't have signed him. Part 2 to this, who's left? Seibert? Gonzalez? Justin, I refuse to do what my last name suggests in the massage parlor and tuck her in. He refuses to do it. So there is no kicker left in the league right now that would be quality and quantity for Washington. And at this rate, it's not worth NFL, the college right now. It's damned to do, damned if you don't.
Hey, Coop, I got a quick question for John.
Mm-hmm.
Now, John, you know the Titans got rid of their head coach, and Kingsbury is one of the main contenders. How do you think that's going to affect the Commanders if he takes the job? Do you think the offense going to be still as tight as they are right now?
If he goes, it would be phenomenal for Cam Ward because I think Cam Ward needs an offensive-minded person behind the wheel. Although they should just go get Mario Cristobal this rate because he's doing. No, Miami's really good this year. I take that back. My apologies. It would affect us because it gets Jayden's hype man away. Now it wouldn't be the case of like a Philadelphia where every year since Jalen's been there's been a new offensive coordinator. It would still suck. I don't know. It would have the detrimental factor like some other teams have, it would take a step down. I don't know if it would take like 3 steps down. The way Jalen Hurts every year is kind of up and down in his QB play because it's new OC, new OC, new OC, new OC kind of thing. I don't want it to happen, but going into the offseason, it'd be on his 3rd year. He'd be a prime target. He would have a good weapon in Cam Ward, a really good weapon in Alec Aomanor, decent weapon. He could build it the way he wants to. It would suck. I just don't know if he takes the job. I think some other guys might go get it.
All right. D, what's up, bro?
Yeah, we got D Nice, man. We got Scrolls, man. Good to see you, Doug G. All you
Hey.
guys in the chat, man. Thank you guys for watching, man. D Nice, man. He's awesome. Good people. I saw D Nice. He was on Monday, man. He was with Track's birthday for the show at the casino, man. He was cool to
Yeah.
see D Nice on there, man. I was watching as I was sitting there on my couch. So D Nice, man, he does a lot of good work here for Chicago Sports Podcast. And of course, our guy Trax, man, that makes it all happen. Thank you guys very much for watching tonight's Chicago Sports Podcast. We got we're talking everything Bears and Commanders from Monday night. And John from Ballin and Burgundy podcast, we have him here for a little bit. He's got his show also tonight that he's going to be jumping on after our show is done. So we'll talk to him about what he's got coming up for the show tonight on their channel. Make sure you guys like and subscribe on their channel too, and get all the Commander stuff, man. They do a really good job. So John, as I look overall on the offensive side, we talked a lot about the offensive line. Now we talked about Jayden Daniels. Is there anything? Cliff Kingsbury, I also thought had a really good job. I thought he called a very good game, and there were some wide open receivers that you guys had. To all the injuries that you guys had, it was pretty impressive to see that too. Yeah. And Drew, you asked a really good question about that because there's going to be rumors of the possibility, especially if the Commanders keep winning. But overall thoughts on the game plan, whether both, let's just go both game plans because I talked a lot about the Bears game plan between offense and defense. Both of our coordinators and our head coach. But what do you say about the Commanders' game plan, offense with the coordinators on your team?
It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to get the job done. Now it's hard to overcome 3 turnovers. So I mean, take that with a grain of salt. But when you leave certain corners kind of on an island going into the game, I'm talking our offense versus your defense. When you start going out the same corner a few times, it gets to a point of like, oh, he's staring down the corner. So then the safety, all he has to do is just come circle back. And to Scroll's point, like never had a back-to-back successful season, never been successful with a mobile quarterback. He's not wrong, and Cam Ward isn't the most mobile quarterback, so who knows? And actually, to be fair, the playbook is only good for 1 season. It looks like it right now. I think we need to get the tight ends more incorporated. Zach Ertz, the old man about to retire in the next 2 seasons. But like I've been a big Ben Sinnott fan since his Kansas State days. He reminded me of Kittle and Juszczyk in one. And obviously that'd be very Adam Peters to go get that type of player. I haven't used him because Ertz is your pass catcher. John Bates is your blocking tight end. But Ben Sinnott has become a blocking tight end in his own right. So I love what he's doing right now. But we got to get them more involved. We need better wide receivers than Chris. I just recently found my hands more because he found that he got the touchdown and somehow also drops a pass later on in the game. So I would love to get Corey Brooks involved, Jacoby Jones, not that Jacoby Jones from the UCF wide receiver, the rookie. Love to get Luke McCaffrey involved. Love to get Jalen Lane involved because for whatever reason, Lane and Luke decided to beat y'all's corners yesterday. I love to see it. But we got to get them more involved. I think once Debo and Terry are truly healthy, then we can kind of see the playbook open up. But the game plan wasn't enough in terms of blocking for Jayden. I said we did a good job earlier. Good, not great. Still gave up 3 sacks. Still gave up a few pressures. Still shut down the run really well. So I think the game plan from Cliff just needed to be more. Now the game plan from Joe Witt Jr. Whoo, buddy. All right.
That doesn't mean it's good.
No. I kept it tame on a Wednesday. I'm gonna keep Tuesday morning. I'm gonna keep it a little tame now, so I have energy for about the next hour and a half. I don't know what's happening with Joe Witt Jr. He found a little bit of his mojo last year. He had a really good defense in Dallas the year before. I don't know if he's too big for his bridges. I don't know if he doesn't have the personnel that he should, and we really need more personnel, or if it's the age factor. But when you are purposely putting Bobby Wagner in pass coverage, when you're putting Dorrance Armstrong in pass coverage, when you're putting your run stuffing or your run stuffing rush the pass linebackers to go cover Kyle Monaghan, DeAndre Swift, Roma Dunze, DJ Moore, Colson Loveland, Cole Kmet, Jade Walker, and he wasn't even playing. What's the point? When you have a bunch of linebackers, Jordan McGee, K. Madrano, Ale Keho, when you have linebackers who are built like safeties, run like safeties, and are your pass coverage linebackers, why don't you use them? It would be the equivalent of the Bears having DJ Moore and Roma Dunze and saying, you know what? Zacchaeus, you're going to be wide receiver 1. Jade Walker, you're going to be the 2. And then Rome, you'll be the 3. DJ, you just kind of hang around. Like, what's the point of having them if you're not going to use them? But John, you always need depth behind a roster. You always need young guys to be the succession plan. I don't know what the succession plan is for Bobby Wagner right now. McGee is being really good on special teams on third down situations. You can't find Madrano. You can't find Keho. Luvu is just non-existent right now. It's hard to find him. For all my wrestling fans right now, he looks like the third Uso brother. Yes, it's Solo, but he looks like the third Uso. Why? Because you love Jimmy and Jay, and you're kind of okay with Solo. That's what Frankie Luvu is right now. Last year, he was the Roman Reigns, and right now, he looks like Talatonga. I don't know what happened to Luvu. I need Witt to wake up. I need Dan Quinn to slap him a few times across the face with a red hot spoon. Do something, because what we're doing right now is not working. When you've got zone coverage leaving the middle of the field open for 5 tanks, 4 F-150s, and a jet to fly right through. When you're leaving zone coverage spots on the edges of the field for DeAndre Swift to do whatever he wants to do. Whatever he wants, it's not working, and you refuse to adapt. So
yeah, I can hear the anger in your. You know that how about that head he put on Caleb though? That Luvu put on Caleb. It was where Caleb was going out of bounds. I don't know what Caleb was doing there, man. But I was like, dude, you got to get out of bounds. You cannot take those type of hits, man. I mean, I was like, that. Like, I think all of us Bear fans were like, "Whew, man, don't do that again, man. Just get out of bounds," because that was one hell of a hit. Yeah, we talked about Luvu last week, and you bring up good points about the defense and your good perspective on the play calling. You know, Drew, I didn't even ask you yet about what your thoughts were on our play calling from Dennis Allen on defense. I thought I brought it up a couple of times on the show, and then Ben Johnson overall. You heard what John said about the Commanders. How about your thoughts, man, overall on the game plan for this game on Monday?
Well, I thought Dennis Allen did his homework. I just thought that, well, especially with the D, excuse me.
He's getting choked up over Dennis Allen. Can you tell?
Oh, sorry, y'all.
He was feeling Dennis Allen pressure right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You were about ready to go through a brick wall for that guy, man.
Yeah, I felt the blitz, but real talk, I think Dennis Allen, he prepared great for the game. I think he especially the linebackers, he had them very prepared. But I just think that I mean, you know, Dennis Allen, I mean, ever since he's been in New Orleans, bro, I mean, he's been this type of coach. I mean, he always shook things up. And I just think that he's developing plays. He's finding their strengths that he's learning his players now. That's the main thing, because it was like a growing pain of learning like what their strengths and what their weaknesses. So I think he's starting to learn that now. Now we getting into week 6 or wherever we at right now. So I just think that he's doing a good job. I think all the coaches are doing a great job. Me personally, I mean, they're finally gelling as one now. They're actually being a team now. So I just think that they're doing a good job.
I agree, and I think it's going to keep building. To your point, man, I think it's going to keep building. I like what Scrolls says here. When Quinn challenged a 1-yard gain
That was so stupid.
What the hell was that? I forgot about that because that was earlier in the game, and I'm like, what's the point of doing that?
But you know what, Coop? I just think that was just something because he always lost challenges. So I think just it was an ego.
Mojo.
Yeah, it was an ego boost. Just like, okay, I won a challenge, but come on, 1 yard, you gonna waste a timeout? A challenge for 1 yard?
Dude. It was so
that
dumb.
was strange, man.
It was so dumb.
Yeah, that was just an odd one, and I'm glad you brought that up too. So thank you for bringing that up. We are the Chicago Sports Podcast. Thank you guys for watching tonight. Like and subscribe on our YouTube page, man. We're over 11,000 right now, and we can't say thank you enough to everybody and making this happen because we've been doing this a while, man. And just to see everybody coming on talking about Bears, man, we can't thank you guys enough for everything. And a big congratulations to our guy on Instagram, David 10 Swish on Instagram for the Swift autograph jersey giveaway,
Yes,
man.
sir.
We got more coming up too.
Yeah.
We're going to be giving out more jerseys. So thank you guys so much for all the support. A couple more minutes here with John as he's getting ready for his show tonight that we'll talk to him about what he's got coming up. John and Drew, I want to ask about momentum now because now here we are. We're over the game on Monday. We broke everything down, what we thought, the good, the bad on both sides of the ball. And Drew, I'll start with you, man.
Yeah,
momentum
please.
here. Let's go on a positive note about a victory. After a victory, man, we got 3 victories in a row. I was gonna say 2 road victories. We got 3 victories in a row. We got the Saints coming up this week. We're gonna talk about that, Drew, in a second here about our predictions a little bit later in the show. But momentum, man. That's a big win. That's another big win at the end. That's 2 road wins right now. I said it in the beginning of the show. I didn't think we played particularly well in the Vegas game. When you really go back and watch that game, I didn't think we had a great game. But I thought we played very well in this game. I thought it was a much better than what we've seen. And I think there's a lot of momentum here with our coaching staff, putting everybody in the right place now. We're getting people healthy. You like everything we're seeing. We like everything you're seeing from our coaching staff. You just talked about it, Drew, about how all of our coaches are doing a really good job right now. There's a lot of positivity, and I feel it. And the momentum. What is your biggest momentum? Right? What's the momentum that you see going into next week's game?
Bro, the momentum is great. You know what? As much as my blood pressure was up with these last 2 games,
Yeah.
I feel these the type of games that we needed to show our heart, to basically show that we can fight. I mean, Caleb said it the best in his post interview that we know these games taught us how to fight. I mean, these was last year. These have been 2 games we would have lost these last year because we didn't have no fight in us. I feel that these close games, us fighting, is gonna bring us so much momentum. And I know it's any given Sunday. I mean, I don't put nothing past no team. To me, no team is weak because it's any given Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. But I just feel that our momentum is so strong after this last game that I think the next is gonna be another win. I think we just going. It's like a mountain, boy. We're going to the top. And I'm not trying to say we're gonna be kings of the north yet. I do mean yet. But all I'm just saying is that I think we're gonna take this win, these last couple of wins, and we're gonna keep it going. And I think the Caleb's confidence is so on point right now. I think that he's gonna stay consistent. I mean, if he just work on his accuracy a little bit more, Caleb is gonna stay solid. The team is going to stay solid. The coaching is going to stay solid.
Yeah, I think you can see the excitement in our voices right now. I'm just so excited about this coaching staff because I think they're putting everything in the right direction right now. Something we haven't seen in a long time, and I think that's why we're so excited. And there's so much to build on because we're big Ben Johnson fans on the show. Yeah. So, John, I want to ask you now, Ballin Burgundy podcast. You guys have a division game coming up against the Cowboys this weekend. Now, we saw the Cowboys. We just saw the Cowboys a couple of weeks ago. We could say that their defense wasn't very good that game. I think the Cowboys are an interesting team. I think your division's interesting right now, where everybody is at. And I think if this is a big game for you guys. I mean, you go and win this game. And if the Eagles keep playing that the way they are, man, you could be right back up there to the top. And you're not, I mean, it's not saying that you guys are far out of it right now, but a big win against the Cowboys in the division this week. What is the momentum you look at you take away from the Commanders game on Monday, something that you want to follow to this weekend's game for the big one against the Cowboys?
The game plan we were supposed to use against y'all, we're going to have to now use against Dallas is run the ball down your damn throat. Because when they can't stop Rico Dowdle to save their life, that puts me in relatively good joy. protect Jayden Daniels, get to Dak, cover George Pickens is going to be the biggest
He's having a good year.
priority.
I'm glad you brought him in. He's having a
Yeah.
really good year for the Cowboys right now.
Great year.
Great year. And the problem is there's no CeeDee Lamb with them right now. They're supposed to get him back this coming week.
Yeah, that was the reports I saw yesterday. I saw that there was a possibility. Do you think does it look like you think he's going to play?
Yeah, if he plays, it's not going to be a good day for us.
You better talk to Ice Cube about that.
Man, let me tell you something. CD has already had our number in Washington, and now you add NFL young boy and George Pickens, and you have Dak or Prescott to Pickens for a touchdown, Prescott to Pickens for a touchdown, and now you have CD. I love me a good rack of lamb back in the mix. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
And that running back, what's his name for Dallas? Williams?
Javonte Williams.
Yeah, man, that boy, he's a beast. He's running over Kessler hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's having a really Dak Prescott's having a very good year. Their offense is actually performing very well.
Yeah.
And so is that what scares you the most then, John? Is the way like you got to really try your best and get after Prescott in this game, because if he has that time to throw the ball, man, you just mentioned the receivers and what they got on them right now. If he has time to throw the ball, he's going to hit them.
I'm not worried about our offense or their offense. I'm worried about my defense.
Mm.
But John, that's the same thing. Doesn't matter. Our defense right now does not look the way it should be. Our offense is still getting back up because Jayden's not fully healthy. He's wearing that big ass brace because he's trying to protect himself. Our defense, but you just signed Drake Jackson and you're gonna get a few guys back healthy, and Jonathan Jones looks like healthy. Jonathan Jones wasn't gonna do much besides be good depth. Louisville, I said earlier, you can't find him. Bobby Wagner's in pass coverage for no apparent reason. Just we want to see him get barbecue, and it ain't good barbecue because he's on the fire himself. Outside of Dorrance Armstrong, we're not getting any pressure. Outside of Trey Amos, and he's a little rocky at times, our pass coverage is cheeks. Darnell Savage is the only safety making play. So Quan Martin decides, I'm going to break both shoulders last season, so that way I can't tackle this season. Does not matter. I am worried that it's not going to be the rush defense that disappoints us. Our pass defense, our pass coverage defense is going to give up so many yards. Dak might have a career game.
Which is also this is a big game for your division and for the Cowboys too, because anybody that wins this game is going to be right there in it with the way that everybody's playing in your division right now. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Because I just want to see how everything plays out. I want to see if the Giants take a next step too. As me and Drew were talking about that a little bit earlier, we have them coming up.
I hope not.
Yeah, we hope not either. So John Ballin, the Burgundy podcast. First off, thank you very much for joining our show today, man, to talk everything Bears and Commanders on Monday. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate you, bro.
This isn't it. John is a hardworking man, because this isn't it for him tonight. Because after he jumps off of here, he is going to go prepare for another show tonight that you guys can follow on their channel, on the Ballin and Burgundy channel, that you can like and subscribe on their YouTube page too. They got great content going out all the time about the Commanders. So when you jump off of here for a second, what do you got coming up on your show tonight? What are you going to be breaking down?
About 9:45-ish, depending on if people actually want to get on stream correctly and on time. Myself, Reedy Z, one guy talking sports, the Burgundy Breakdown. We're obviously going over Monday night and giving our thoughts. I've got a few hot takes going into the trade deadline because it is not far away. We're like 2 weeks before, a couple weeks away. I think we're 2 weeks away. I think it's around week 8, week 9. They shut that November 2nd, I think, is the trade deadline window. I think that's when it ends. It's like 11:58 in the afternoon or morning. It's when they cut it off. So we're roughly 3 weeks away from the trade deadline. People think we should be buyers and sellers. I've got a few opinions. I've got my offensive MVP of the year so far, and it's not who people expect. But given our raw thoughts, our raw opinions, unfiltered as always at TBB. But we got a lot to look forward to tonight. And then I've got another recording tomorrow night going out Friday with a couple of Cowboys fans because it's division time. Truly division time.
I love that too, man. I love that rival. There's nothing like a division rival, man. I don't care how bad your team's playing. I don't care what it is. Those games there's always something more to it. Yep. So you guys can follow John tonight. John, I don't want to put you on the spot about you might be doing that on your show about who you think's going to win on Sunday, whether it's going to be the Commanders or the Cowboys. Do you want to bring it here, or do you want to wait until later? Like, what do you want to give a preview?
I'll do it all because I did it last night with the fellas we're bringing on tomorrow night. Obviously the Commanders with a win. I mean, I'm never not going to root against my team. If I rooted against my team, I would be right now I'd be a Jets fan. So I will never not root against my team. But no, it's gonna be one time for us. We're gonna get that W on Sunday. I don't think it's gonna be easy, but we're walking out with a dub.
Oh
All
yeah,
right, man.
you gonna never go get your man. You ain't gonna never go get your team, especially a divisional game. By the way, Green Bay suck. Go ahead.
Cowboys suck too. We'll double, man. Well,
Exactly.
Green Bay sucks. Cowboys suck. Let's just do it all.
There you
Man.
go.
Let's bring them all out. Well, that's John Ballin, Burgundy Podcast. You just say he's gonna get ready. He's gonna jump off and get ready for a show. You guys can follow him here. That starts a little over an hour from now, so around 9:45 Eastern time. He's gonna get ready for that. You guys can follow him on his YouTube page, and you guys can get everything there, Commanders wise. And looking forward to it, John. I'll be watching before I go to bed tonight.
Hey, sounds like it. Sounds good to me.
Hey, John. Just concentrate on the Cowboys, bro. Don't vent about that's that's done. Just focus on move forward.
Move forward. All right. We'll see. I mean, I gotta recap a lot of this in hours, so I might have some more venom coming that way.
We wanted to get you. We wanted to be the start of that, man. We wanted to be the start of your venom coming out, man. We wanted you to have more anger going into your show tonight.
Oh, don't worry. I got more to say.
Oh, no, like I was telling him before you came on, I told him that, when we did our predictions last week that, hey, our prediction was pretty close, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, because I did say 27-24, but it was 25-24. And real quick, the ironic thing is we had the same score for the Raiders and the Commanders, 25-24.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I
didn't even realize that until you brought that up, Drew, earlier before we got on. I'm like, how did that never happens?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
insane.
Man. The league's just, you never know in this league. And everything.
It's scoregami. It's the NFL. I mean the Falcons lost 30-0 to Carolina and then come out and beat us like 31-28. So I mean it's
and they beat the Bills.
And they beat the Bills.
And they beat the Bills.
They look like a different team. They look like a pretty good team, man, with their second-year quarterback, too. So
I think Atlanta was playing sinners, but that one Haley Seinfeld team for Josh Allen the whole game. That's why he kept throwing 2 interceptions and taking sacks. That's what I think, because there's no way you lose by 10 to that team. It doesn't make any sense.
That's why I said you never know in this league, and because me and Drew are going to talk about that here in a second. Well, John, thanks for coming on our show, man. Best of luck for you guys against the Cowboys this weekend. We'll be watching tonight on the Ballin and Burgundy podcast, all right?
All right. Sounds good, y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, appreciate you, bro. Take care, man.
Appreciate you, John. You have a great show tonight, all right?
Appreciate it.
All right, man. There's John Ballin, Burgundy Podcast, our buddy here on the Chicago Sports Podcast, man. We can't thank them enough. And as we talk and kind of put away what we saw from the Bears Commanders, we get ready for the Saints this week. But before we get to that, Drew, we got to say a big thank you to all of our listeners out there and everybody watching on the show, man, because we're over 11,000 subscribers right now. And like, every week, man, we see it just going up and up and up, and that's just awesome around here, man. So we can't say thank you enough to everybody on here. And watching that show on Monday, Track's birthday, Jim Miller was on it. We saw D-Nice on there, man. It was just fun to watch, man, the atmosphere, the energy, because there's another one, and I'm going to bring that up here in a second, because Drew, we talked about that, how you went to one of these watch parties, and the next one's coming up in a couple of weeks against the Bengals. That's going to be week 9 at Wind Creek, Chicago Southland, man, where everybody was at on Monday for the watch party. But there's going to be another one for week 9. That's going to be the first weekend in November. That is November 3rd, Sunday, November 3rd. I will double check that, make sure I got my dates correct. I'm sorry, November 2nd, Sunday, November 2nd. Yeah, so the November 1st is on a Saturday. So Sunday, November 2nd, first weekend, there's going to be another watch party. And Drew, you went to one, man, and you saw, if you watched the show on Monday, you guys can go back and watch it and see how much fun everybody was having.
Oh, yeah, it was a blast, bro. I was kind of salty that I didn't make this one because I had something else going on, but I'm definitely going to be at the next one, man. Like I said, great entertainment. TVs are nice. It's great. It's a great vibe, bro. The employees are nice. Trax do his thing. The whole CSP do their thing. We had a couple of the guys that was there. It was a great vibe, bro. So I would suggest anybody come on down, enjoy some food, good drink, and just come chill with your boys. Have a blast. It's tight.
Man. I'll tell you what, man, because I'm going to try to make it. I'm going to try to make it for the Vikings game, because the last one's going to be Week 11 against the Vikings, November 16th. And I'm telling you, when I'm going there, I'm going to party a little bit, man.
Oh,
It is. We're gonna be doing
I
shots,
see you
man.
there.
We can party our asses off, man.
I see you there.
We're gonna be making plans for that, man. We're gonna have to make some plans for that, man, and see tracks at everybody, which would be awesome. So
Yes,
yeah, you guys can
sir.
certainly follow us along there and watch that show. By the way, on Monday, Jim Miller was part of it. It's a great show on our channel here, on our YouTube channel. Everybody in the chat here tonight. There's so many people, man, in here tonight. So Doug, everybody in there as we get ready for the game on Sunday. And Drew, we got an interesting one against the Saints. We got the Saints coming to Chicago, and Track says in here that the dates have some of those dates have changed. Okay, so we're going to keep you updated on some of the dates changing about our party coming up. There's a one potentially for the Ravens game, potentially Ravens and potentially Niners, as Trax has said. Yeah, potentially doing the Ravens and the Niners game coming up. So we'll keep you guys updated. Either way, you got to come to our watch parties, man, because there's so much fun. Okay, so we're talking about the Saints coming up this weekend. And listen, the Saints are a team. They're in transition. They got a brand new head coach. They got Kellen Moore leading the way there. They're kind of in that process right now where they got a lot of veterans that I think there probably the possibility that they could be sellers by the deadline. They're trying to turn over that roster a little bit. But I'll say this, though, Drew, and you said it earlier, you never know what can happen in the NFL by week to week where games can be very close or closer than you think. I don't think the Saints are not a great team, but they're not like Titans, Jets, Browns bad to me. If you look at their games they played, they've only been blown out one time by the Seahawks. But other than that, they're in every game that they play. And they're just some plays away from either winning a game or shooting themselves in the foot. But I think this could be actually more of a competitive game than you think. I expect the Bears. Listen, the Bears got the better roster. They got the better team. But it's one of those games that, and Ben Johnson's a great coach, and he's going to have them ready to go. I don't think there's going to be any letdown. I don't think there's going to be any like looking ahead on the schedule and stuff like that. I just think that this could be a potential competitive game on Sunday in Chicago against the Saints.
Yeah, I think it could be, bro. But I forgot the name of that quarterback. Slow.
Spencer Rattler. Well, the Rattler is their quarterback, Spencer Rattler. And
Okay.
Then the guy from Louisville you're thinking about.
Yeah. Okay.
In the draft this year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, they not trash, but as you said, but I mean, me personally, I don't see them winning this game. But I mean, I looked at their defense. Their defense is, I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. So I mean, I think this gonna be this could be a more defensive game than an offensive game, in my opinion. Because I don't know, Rattler. I don't know. He hasn't been very consistent, bro. And so I think that inconsistency will continue in this game. But I just but I mean, I don't see them winning this game at all. I mean, I think we're gonna. It's not gonna be an easy dub, but I think it's gonna be it's not gonna be a close game either. I think we're gonna at least. Well, I get to the predictions when we get there, but yeah, I just think it's gonna be the Bears, bro.
Damn right, it's going to be the Bears. I see that. I see the smile on your face. You know exactly where we're going with that. D Nice, you see? I think we got D Nice in here. D Nice, are you there, man? Did we get him on here? Or
D Nice was good.
I think we got him. Let's try it again.
But I'm just saying, man. I think the Saints is like us. I mean, we're figuring it out now, but I think they still going through some trials and tribulations they haven't figured out yet. I think at least with the Bears, they're starting to figure it out, and the Saints are still in the process of trying to figure it out.
I think you're right on that. And I think, there's a couple players to keep in mind on their defense. Cameron Jordan's still playing there, man. That guy's been playing forever, man. And Demario Davis is another guy that's pretty good on their team. So they have a couple of players on defense. We'll see. Rattler is a little inconsistent. I don't know what we're going to get from him.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, and I think a lot of us are going to. I mean, I'll let you go first, Drew. What your predictions are? What do you think the final score of that game is going to be on Sunday?
I think of course, Bears win. I think I'm gonna say 24 to 10.
24-10. Okay, so you think defense gets a little bit better, like we were talking about in the show, and they shut them down even more?
Yeah, I don't think.
24-10.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think it's gonna be kind of low, but I think the Bears will catapult 24-10. I think, yeah, 24-10. That's on. I can't
All right.
see them getting more than 10.
Yeah, I don't think they lose at home. I agree. I agree with you. I think they are going to score about 27, 20. I think I'm going to go 28-14. I think
28-14.
yeah, I think so. I think 28-14. I do think the Saints can score sometimes, especially if they put Taysom Hill in there and some of the weird things that they can do on offense. Kellen Moore's a very good offensive coordinator. He's their head coach right now. He was their offense coordinator for the Eagles last year. But I think I'll say 28-14 is going to be my final score. Bears win on Sunday at home. You lose to the Saints at home. Boy, we're gonna have a different show we're gonna talk about next week. I'm not gonna be upset or anything, but I was like, that's a game you certainly think you can beat, especially a team like the Saints that's only has one win so far this season. They're competitive, but only one win.
Hey, bro, but you see Carolina, so it's like, man, like I said, it could be any given Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
but won't be this Sunday. Try next
Oh
Sunday.
man, we're gonna get that victory, man. We're gonna get that victory, and can't wait to watch it. To all of our listeners, thank you guys for 11,000 subscribers. Like and subscribe our page, man. You get all the Bears content that you can imagine on our channel. We have shows on all the time. You can watch Monday's show that was live for Track's birthday with Jim Miller. It was a very entertaining show. I had fun watching that, and any other show on this channel that you guys can watch. Go right ahead, check that out. Like and subscribe our YouTube page on our YouTube channel. You get all those notifications popping up. And Drew, I think we're gonna talk about a victory next week, man. I hope you enjoy the game, and let's come back next week and talk about a win.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We definitely gonna be talking to victory, bro. Because the Saints gonna be they just ain'ts. That's it. Take the
The
S off.
Aints, man.
They the
Damn
ain'ts.
right. The Saints, the Aints, man. They ain't gonna do anything against
They
us.
ain't gonna do
They ain't
nothing.
gonna give it. We know how to speak around here, don't we, Drew?
Yeah.
Where we
So
got
I almost slipped up, but
we want to thank John Ballin Burgundy podcast too, man. He was on our show earlier, talk about the Commanders. He's got a show coming up at 9:45, so you guys can check that out and check their channel out as well. All right, so everybody in the chat room, Drew, you take care, man. Good to see you. Everybody watching and in the chat room, thank you guys for watching Chicago Sports Podcast.
Bear down.
As always, man, bear down.